slideshow to go? Okay. Okay, music is off. All right. Welcome. I am Dr. Dumitrescu.
And I'm Professor Amy Larino.
We'd like to welcome to today's event, to your pinning ceremony. So we'll go over the program, and I will start with the welcoming message. And I want to welcome all of our guests, all of our students, alumni, staff, faculty, and all of the virtual audience. You may have a seat now. Okay, so the pinning ceremony symbolizes faculty acknowledgement of students' readiness to transition from the classroom to the clinic, to their clinical experiences. I do want to take a minute to acknowledge our virtual audience and to say a big thank you to your spouses, to your partners, to your parents, to the extended family and friends. An African proverb states that it takes a village to raise a child. And I translate that with the fact that it takes an entire supportive community of working parents, grandparents, cousins, colleagues, for one student's accomplishment. Thank you for all your support and understanding of our graduates in a time like no other. I'd also like to call on to our faculty, those who train you and justifiably are so proud of you. Thank you for your constant flexibility, support, expertise, and I am so fortunate and proud to work alongside with each of you. You helped me bring the program to the next level of excellence. Thank you. Graduates. Since orientation, you've heard me say that this will be a transformational journey. And what a journey did we have. Look around you. Who do you see? Despite the struggles, the challenges, through observations, test-taking, activity analysis, adaptations, using a therapeutic approach, you've changed. You're taking our coaching feedback, and we've seen the transformation in all of you. Now, in turn, I will ask you, what legacies are you willing to build? What legacies are you willing to build? What are you willing to stand for? Take a minute and think about that. What are you willing to build, and what are you willing to stand for? Well, here's my answer. Stand for your honor. When you give your word, keep it. Roll your sleeves, polish your shoes, work out. Put your clients first, and remember that you build your legacy from every life you touch, every client you treat, and every team meeting you attend. Draw strength from every challenge and be an agent of hope in writing history at any level. Remember to always do the right thing, speak up, and be kind. Remember us for when we were spot on, and remember to call home when you are at a professional crossroads. We do take pride in all of your accomplishments, and I am confident of your transition to practice, and I want to welcome you to your clinical experiences, and for those of you who graduated, to the OT profession. Congratulations, and keep on soaring. You did it. Thank you. Because we have the opportunity to have our visual audience, and we continue to have this program in using the live streaming, we also going to have a recording message from President Hall at this time. Okay.
Hi, it's Tim Hall. Hi, it's Tim Hall. I wanted to give you congratulations on your pinning event this evening. I wish I could be with you, but I'm in Manhattan helping with our Juneteenth ceremony that we just begun this summer. I wanted to say congratulations. This is quite an accomplishment. Pinning actually goes way back. Believe it or not, it goes back to the Crusades, when soldiers going off to the Crusades would sometimes be pinned as a sign of celebration or just to recognize the moment. I'm happy that we have found less warlike circumstances for recognizing you here today. You're not going off to battle in a physical sense, but you are going out to deal with circumstances and to practice your profession, and we're excited about what the future holds for you. And we're proud that you've studied with us here at Mercy. Pinning typically ends the academic coursework of medical profession studies and begins the time when they have more clinical opportunities and they're more out in the field. So this is a significant transition for you. I think you'll discover as life goes on that it's harder and harder to tell the difference between when you need to be studying something from books or papers or conferences, and when you just need to get your hands in the middle of things and do that work. But we know you're going to be successful. We know that when we chose you and admitted you to this program, and now I'm congratulating you on the work that's brought you this far. Believe it or not, that work is the same work that you will do in the future. There'll be different elements of it, but focus on detail and focus on learning continually in your practice are things that will carry with you throughout the rest of your life. So congratulations. We wish you success. I look forward to celebrating your ultimate graduation from this program on the graduation stage in the future.
Thank you, President Hall, for the message. I'm very happy at this time to invite Dr. Kathleen Gallis, our interim dean of the School of Health and Natural Sciences. And I'm very proud that Dr. Gallis is an occupational therapist. And we've collaborated in the past. Some of you attended the OTA collaboration lectures. And we are happy. Dr. Gallis is a researcher, author, specialized in driver's rehab, and she...
We'll be here all night if she keeps going on.
So thank you so much. Here you go.
Well, good evening, everybody. And as Dr. Demishescu was saying, I'm happy to be here tonight, not just as the interim dean for the School of Health and Natural Sciences, but as an occupational therapist and one of your future colleagues. I did get to see many of your faces from this angle on Zoom as we did some collaborations, or in person when we were able to do that this past spring. I believe this group of students I saw in person, this group I saw online. So I want to congratulate you on the success that you've had to this point in your studies and in your career. You've really made it to this point through a couple of really challenging years, if you think about it. But I also want you to think about the skills that you had to, or the personality traits that you had to dig deep and rely on to get you through to this point. If you think about it, you had to show strength, determination, adaptability, and resilience. Those same skills will be ones that you will be asking your future patients to draw upon as they start to work on adapting their own lives to still engage in their meaningful occupations. So think about, what did I do? How could I use that as a teachable moment with my patient? You are well prepared to be here and to be out in the profession. And I hope that you will continue to take advantage of the incredible opportunity you have to make a difference in the lives of others. Strive for excellence. I know that's been instilled in your program. And be the very best that you can be. Be competent, but don't forget to be compassionate. I think that side of our professional skills, that's what we've always talked about as the art versus the science. How do I work with a patient and really help instill a sense of hope with them? A simple smile, a kind word, a touch, or even the smallest act of caring has the potential to turn a patient's life around, to give them that encouragement when they need it. Don't underestimate the significance that you can have in the lives of others. I wish you the best of luck in your fieldwork or in your careers, and I hope you enjoy your celebration tonight. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gallis. We appreciate the message. Our next presenter is one very dear to us. It's Dr. Ann Burkhardt. Dr. Burkhardt's been a founding member of this program, and in fact, Dr. Burkhardt was one of my instructors when I was in this program in 1996. She is a fellow of American Occupational Therapy Association, and yes, we will be here a long time if we go over all the achievements of her career. She has over 40 years of experience. She's a clinician, educator, researcher, author of several books, and she is has over experience in administration, in teaching undergraduate, teaching all the way to bachelor, masters, and graduate students, doctorate students. She served as an adjunct faculty at different universities and currently resides in Bristol, Rhode Island. As a mentor, colleague, and friend, I am honored to present the keynote speaker of tonight, Dr. Ann Burkhardt.
Okay, so I'm on a different microphone. You can all hear me. Yeah. Yes, thank you. And a few things you'll find will have common threads to what people have already said. And so bear with me if I reiterate a little. But it's such a pleasure for me to be back at Mercy College. I did teach here for 11 years, and beginning with the first class, and your program director was in my first class here. So it was a little bit different in those days, and I'm happy to see how much the program has grown and sustained. Okay, oftentimes in life, we go through the steps, the actions, but lose our focus on the meaning of what we're doing and why it's important. Pinning ceremonies are currently a part of the health profession's education, and they are symbolic and important because they mark a point in your education where you transition from being in a dyadic environment in the classroom to being amongst your people who are going to teach you and guide you and give you feedback and criticism, which is hard to hear, I think, sometimes for some of us. But those people will make a mark on you and on your career moving forward. So part of what I'll say is the pinning ceremony opens the door to new phases of learning. Okay, and try to have an open mind with that. So now is the time for you to apply what you've learned and demonstrate that you are capable of becoming a member of your chosen professional community, occupational therapy. Pinning ceremonies, as your president mentioned, originated in the 12th century when the Crusaders were cared for by the Knights of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist. Now, I don't ever remember hearing about that group before, but when I was looking up the origin of pinning ceremonies, it took me to a page that explained this. So when monks entered the order, they were pinned with a Maltese cross badge, and each vowed to care for sick soldiers. So you can see in the health professions and pinning ceremonies, there still was an emphasis on soldiers and veterans, right?
Yes.
Which still exists in occupational therapy today. And if you remember from your history class, was something that you learned, that during World War I, World War II, we were very prominent in taking care of soldiers actively. Okay, so since this time, many groups have used pinning to signify the moment when someone was officially recognized as a member of a group or community. So fraternal organizations, Greek societies, labor unions, even scouting have had pinning ceremonies. Have any of you been through a pinning ceremony before? Okay. I can say that it started early in life. When I was a Girl Scout, I remember a fly-up ceremony and getting pinned with my Girl Scout pin. So that was it for me. But sororities, oftentimes your grandparents maybe pinned, your grandfather might have pinned your grandmother when he proposed or said before the proposal, let's go steady. That was a very popular thing in the 1940s through the 1970s. And labor unions, if any of you have been watching The Offer, the making of The Godfather, there was in one of the recent episodes, a pinning ceremony when they were giving members of the union pins. So it's interesting to see the trend becoming more in the public eye again. So I welcome you into the fold of becoming occupational therapy practitioners. In this phase of your journey of becoming, you will be paired with occupational therapists who clinically practice, and fieldwork educators may become your mentors. And I'll say that my fieldwork educator in 1978, who ran my fieldwork class at NYU, is still a close mentor and friend today. He also lives in Rhode Island. His name is Michael Nardone. So I'm telling you, people, you will hold on to people who touch you beginning at this phase in your career. Part of that is that your identity is changed. Have you realized that yet? That after learning in the classroom, you don't think the same way that you did before. You now think as occupational therapy practitioners to be, and that's an important change in your life. And this ceremony helps to denote that. So, of your fieldwork educators, they've entrusted the educational program to send them students who have the requisite classroom knowledge and who are capable of being a part of the clinical caregiving team. So there's a whole level of trust where the program knows the people that are the fieldwork educators. That's the first step off for you. And mentors will be occupational therapists, but sometimes members of other fields in the health sciences. You may find and connect with people that also stay with you for many years to come. I believe that each of you has had clinical competence demonstration with your professors. So as you go through your classes, if you've done something like learn to take a blood pressure, make a simple splint, those kinds of things are on a checkoff list often as prerequisites to what you need to be able to do. But that's just the beginning, and in a way that's kind of a passive beginning because we force you into those experiences. However, moving forward, it'll be up to you to also demonstrate to your fieldwork educators your ability to be an active learner and an independent learner. So if there is a client that you're going to see and you know you have to prepare to do an assessment, you're going to go back to your books. You're going to go to articles. You're going to look on the internet for any information you can find that's current, and you're going to frame in your head what that means in terms of the person that you're going to see in an occupational therapy point of view. So you're going to be looking at a person that has maybe 6 or 7 concomitant conditions, so conditions all at the same time, and you're going to think about how that affects who they are and the things that they need to do in life that are important and meaningful to them, because that's what occupation is, and that's what we do, right? Okay. So the relationships you form now can be life-altering. You will meet people who influence you in a positive way, and some who will become a part of your professional life for years to come. So here's some advice. Be kind and respectful. Admit when you don't know something. That's okay. That's not a flaw. That's actually a strength. To say, I haven't learned that before. Where would I find more information on that? If you give me a few key words, I'll go look up that information on my own. I want to know more, and I want to do a good job. So saying things in that way, framing it in a positive light, will be something that's very good for you as you move forward. Be humble and reflect about what you are observing day to day. You may have some life experience from before becoming an OTA. I know some of you may have practiced even as CNAs in the past, and you know that you've treated a client in the past that had a particular condition. You're sure you know exactly what needs to be done for that client. You go into a setting and don't jump too quickly, because sometimes the emphasis is different. In different settings, people's roles are different. You know, sometimes the person you work with will have a totally different approach to yours or your experience. And by learning from them, it just increases the richness of your own bag of tricks as you move forward, the tools that you will have to make your career meaningful to you. It's not just about the clients, it's not just about, you know, impressing other people, but it's impressing yourself as well. So try to prepare yourself each day. Be organized and benefit the most that you can. Be humble and reflect about what you're observing. Is the person in your care benefiting from what you're offering them? What more or different can you offer them? And there's a poem I find that illustrates this process. It's been meaningful to me for some years, called A Girl's Garden. Do any of you know it? By Robert Frost. Okay, here goes my best rendition. A friend of mine in the village likes to tell how one spring, when she was a girl on a farm, she did a childlike thing. One day she asked her father to give her a garden plot to plant and tend and reap herself, and he said, "Why not?" And casting about for a corner, he thought of an idle bit of a walled-off space where his shop had stood, and he said, "Just it. It will give you a chance to put some strength on that Slim Jim arm." She hid from everyone passing, and then she begged the seed. She says she thinks she planted one of all things but weed, a hill each of potatoes, radishes, lettuce, peas, tomatoes, beets, green pumpkins, corn, and even fruit trees. And yet she has long mistrusted that a spiral apple tree and bearing there today is hers, or at least maybe. Her crop was a miscellany when all was said and done, a little bit of everything, a great deal of none. Now when she sees in the village how village things go, just when it seems to come in right, she says, "I know, it's as when I was a farmer. Oh, never by way of advice." And she never sins by telling the tale to the same person twice. So there's a girl's garden for you, for a little bit of Robert Frost. So what does someone want to gain from the occupation at hand when you're working with them? What can you do to assist them on their skill-building path? What is the outcome? Is there anything different you might try the next time? Did your client benefit? And what was the value in the skilled service you provided? Reflect on the member of a profession who you are becoming. Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. Don't become complacent. Always strive to learn more, understand more, and offer more to those around you. The things that are you might see in a hospital or a clinical setting today may not be the focus of where we are in a year, 10 years, 15 years. Within my first year of practice, HIV and AIDS became a diagnosis. I graduated in 1979. The first case I treated was in 1980 at Harlem Hospital. And so for a considerable period of time, that was a main focus of healthcare. We've all been living through COVID and the complications of COVID. There are groups of occupational therapists that meet locally, nationally, and worldwide to discuss the implications of COVID on occupation. So you can see as you're graduating, this is still part of what you will be observing. When I also graduated, only 6% of all occupational therapists worked in pediatrics. And now it's like 40 to 60%, depending on the region. So you see practice changes. It's up to you to see what's happening, have an interest in some things, and take a step in that direction. Look things up, be part of the discussion, always be at the table when the group is discussing what can be done, because that's the power of inclusion. Okay? Reflect on the member of a profession who you are becoming and dedicate yourself to lifelong learning. Don't become complacent. Always strive to learn more, understand more, and offer more to those around you. What is your personal philosophy? There is a quotation that sums up your philosophy. Any of you think about that? Is there a quotation that you think of and that's it for you in a nutshell? If you don't have that, think about it when you see quotations about and see which ones speak to you personally. The one that I have embraced over many years is from Abraham Lincoln. And it goes like this: I would like it said of those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I knew a flower would grow. Okay, so that's mine, and I'll share with you. So congratulations to each of you. You will be receiving the Mercy College OTA pins. Welcome to the family. And now you go to your fieldwork experiences and carpe diem. Seize the day. Give 100% of yourself to the effort and see how your garden will grow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Burkhardt, for that thoughtful message. Thank you so much, very much appreciated. And now comes the time when you will hear from your classmates. And we offered this opportunity to the class of 2022, which already graduated, some of them set for the exam. And we'll start with the graduating class of 2022. And I am proud to say that Alexis Parker, which is your class speaker for tonight, already passed the exam. She's already certified, and we take so much pride in her achievements. Welcome, Alexis.
OTA class of 2022. The classic "we did it" is an understatement. We did more than it. We completed our entire program through a global pandemic. We survived Zoom and made it the new normal. We built a bond within our cohort that seemed almost impossible with limited social interaction opportunities. We transitioned to fully remote when we could no longer do in-person labs. We survived fieldwork level 2 without an in-person level 1. We juggled our personal lives while everything around us was uncertain and falling apart. Some of us had babies, some of us got married, some of us lost jobs, gained jobs, juggled housing, and even lost family members. The program was difficult on its own. With the world collapsing around us, we survived, we did amazing, and we're here now. Today, I want everyone to feel confident. I want you all to know that even with the typical imposter syndrome due to all of the factors we've experienced, we are prepared, and we are strong entry-level clinicians. Some of us have not taken the NBCOT yet, and some have taken it already and some have not. Today is not about that. So often we've doubted ourselves because of us thinking of the next assignment we needed to do or the next test to study for. We had no time to breathe and be proud of ourselves. I stand here to represent us all. I am so proud of us as a whole. I can name a time that each of you has been selfless while in the program to help pull one another up. The all-day study Zoom sessions on Sundays, the chart creations, the FaceTimes and Zooms while at work and taking breaks to do laundry, or taking care of the kids and jumping right back on. You are all so worthy of this degree. We are not just OTAs. We can choose our own destiny. David Merlot told us that OTAs matter. He's right. We matter to the profession, and as OT practitioners, we have a distinct value that doesn't fade because we are OTAs. Some say that school doesn't prepare you for the real world. That's not true. We learn the core values and ethics necessary to keep us level-minded and prepared. We can go out there and promote occupational justice and be advocates for socioeconomic influences. We hold the power for the issues that really matter. We all have individual issues that impact our lives or that we are passionate about. to continue to grow the profession and really show our distinct value. I hope that you will all take that brave step in using this degree to show how we can all be assets in all areas. This is a second career for most. I'm so inspired watching all of you compromise your families, take leaves from work, downsizing your lifestyles, leaving your old careers, and beginning this new journey. We did everything together, and without each other, it would not have been possible. Thank you for the reminders for homework, text, the WhatsApp groups, the lending ears to decompress, the unconditional support for each other, and the genuine love we shared. There's no other class I would rather be a part of. Congratulations, and take your time, because this is your moment to bask in.
Thank you so much, Alexis. Very thoughtful message, and yes, I appreciate so much all the things we went through in these unprecedented times. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce the speaker for the class of 2023, which is Dobbs Ferry, and we're very happy to have him.
Thank you, Dr. D, for your introduction. Much appreciated. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for attending this beautiful ceremony presented by our wonderful OTA program here at Mercy College. How about another round of applause for our amazing faculty and professors? My name is Dobbs Ferry, and I am deeply honored to be the nominee and representative for my cohort and the future occupational therapy assistants of the world. What an incredible journey this has been. As OTA students, you really start appreciating being able to sleep and taking the time to eat a meal without feeling the crippling guilt of, shoot, I should have really done my perusal reading last night. I hope Dr. D doesn't pick on me tomorrow, right? I'm just kidding, obviously. On a more serious note, over the past week, I thought to myself, well, Dobbs, what are you going to say during this pinning ceremony? I'm sure my class can agree that there's something about leaving things to the last minute that really gets your creative juices flowing, right? I would love to share an anecdote with all of you here today. And it's about my journey and what led me to pursue a career as an occupational therapy practitioner. It is safe to say I wasn't always sure what I would pursue as a career. However, I knew from an early age that whatever I did, I wanted to be someone that could change the world. Whether that meant on a global scale or on a more local scale, I knew that if I could just change one person's life, I knew that I could leave this world knowing that I made a difference. I want to take a moment to thank my two beautiful parents, Lubna and Wazir Ahmad Qazi. My parents came to this country with nothing short of a few dollars in their pockets with 5 children to support. Although I grew up poor, living in a basement and wearing my older brother's hand-me-down clothes, I felt very rich by the immeasurable love and support my parents and siblings always gave me. If it were not for their ability to persevere and sacrifice their dreams and passions, I would have never been granted the opportunities to pursue mine. To be in front of this podium today and make them proud is the smallest of ways that I could ever hope to repay them. Thank you for being the greatest parents in the world that a child could ever ask for. Growing up as a first-generation Muslim American, my cultural and religious values have taught me how important it is to be honest, show empathy, display compassion, and live life wholeheartedly. These qualities would turn out to be the building blocks of my desire to be an OT practitioner. Let's fast forward to my undergraduate college experience. Sheesh, did I make a lot of mistakes. I honestly regret wishing as a child, wait till I'm 21 and out of this house. Dream job by 25, married by 30. I needed to understand that I have to reshape my attitude and my lifestyle if I wanted to truly be an agent of hope in the future. There was one thing that was for certain though, and that was that I was on a mission to be the best. One individual who was inspirational in this process was the late, great Kobe Bryant. Apart from my father, Kobe showed me what it meant to have the work ethic and undying will to be the best. Kobe adopted a mantra known as Mamba mentality. Mamba mentality is a constant quest to be the best version of yourself. It is about focusing on the process and trusting in the hard work when it matters the most. It is the ultimate mantra for the competitive spirit, and it is the comprehension of the concept that hard work can outwork talent. Kobe and his Mamba's mentality taught me many valuable lessons. One such lesson can be easily summed up into a single word: more. In the infamous commercial with himself and Kanye West, West asked the following questions. How much more do you want from me? Kobe responds, more. How much more successful do you want me to be? Kobe responds, more successful. How many more records can my records break? Kobe responds, more records. Kanye then states, but I'm the best. Kobe ends the commercial with, but are you a different animal and the same beast? What Kobe showed me was that even though I thought I was giving it my all, I must expect more from myself. Being the best is not just a catchphrase. It requires continuous excellence, hard work, perseverance, and motivation. To be the best requires you to make a contract within yourself that is non-negotiable. I made a deal with myself, and I signed the contract that if just one school would accept me into their OT program, I will go beyond 100% each and every single day until I accomplish my goal. After a year and a half of focusing on bettering my mindset, I was granted acceptance into Mercy College's OTA program. I thought to myself, this is it. This is the time to prove to myself I'm not the same immature kid that I once was. And just like that, cue in our good friend, COVID-19. It was a time of great uncertainty, led by a prolonged period of fear, isolation, and wearing those beautiful baby blue masks that I'm sure you all have come to love by now. I must give credit where it's due, though. We've learned throughout this program that OT practitioners are problem solvers. That is exactly what our professors and faculty at Mercy College did. It was thanks to their flexibility and dedication that we as students were able to overcome a global pandemic and endure throughout this program. I am so thankful for the opportunity Mercy College has given me, and beyond grateful for an institution that does all it can to help its students succeed. Throughout this rigorous course, our professors have been nothing but exceptional. It is said to be a good learner, you must be an even better educator. Their vast knowledge and passion for this profession have allowed us as students to appreciate the learning process. Our professors and teaching assistants have taken the time to nurture us and improve our skills, providing us with the tools, strategies, and most importantly, the confidence to believe in ourselves when we eventually transition into the real world. This program has taught us that we are the agents of hope of our world. It is our moral and ethical responsibility to treat every individual with respect, integrity, veracity, compassion, and with occupational justice. We are advocates for this holistic, client-centered, and occupational-based profession, and I'm sure that I can speak on behalf of my cohort when I say that we vow that we will carry this torch into the future. I would like to take this time to acknowledge our professors and faculty briefly and say a few words. First and foremost, Dr. Harvinson. Dr. Harvinson, I know that you're watching from Zoom. I want to say thank you so much for always bringing a smile to our faces during our OCTR 260 course. Your ability to command the classroom with your experience and your humor was incredibly enjoyable. The greatest takeaway from your class is that when in doubt, proprioception is the correct answer. Next up is Professor Heimer. Professor Heimer was one professor who changed my understanding about the relationship dynamics and what it means to be a team player and a group member throughout our OCTR 218 interaction course. Although we were remote, you provided each of us with undivided attention and helped us progress as a unit. Thanks to you, my future wife will not be happy when we have an argument. Sweetie, I think we're going through a bit of a storming phase here, not a norming phase. I look forward to seeing you during our fall level 2 fieldwork, Professor Heimer. Next up, Professor Berliner. Professor Berliner, it was an absolute joy and pleasure to have you during our OCTR 203 pediatric course. Your ability to promote conversations and group discussions was extraordinary. I will always remember the time I ripped my sweatpants right down the middle during a practical of all days. In all honesty, I felt more sorry for Lisa, who had to practice transfers with me on that practical. I'm sorry, Lisa. Thanks to your problem-solving abilities, you were able to fish out some old sweatpants from the closet and put me back in the game. Thank you, Professor Berliner. Next up, Professor Lorino. Professor Lorino, unarguably an individual I would consider my professional coach, my mentor, and by far a gem of the Mercy College faculty. I think I speak for majority of our class when I say we looked forward coming to class on any given night and await what incredible experience and knowledge that you were ready to instill upon us. I could honestly take another 15 minutes and talk about what you mean to all of us, but I would just like to say thank you for being unapologetically you. Dr. Dumitrescu. The foundation of our OTA programs, ladies and gentlemen. What can I say to the person? One more time, please. What can I say to the person who interviewed me upon gaining acceptance into this program? First and foremost, thank you for seeing the potential in me and giving me a chance to shine when no other school believed I was credible and ready to enter this profession. Your dedication, work ethic, and passion for this profession are evident. To pursue a doctorate amid everything just speaks volume to your character. I thank you for all the free popcorn that you've provided throughout this program and appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you, Dr. D. And finally, but certainly not least, our teacher assistants, Jennifer Walsh and Michelle O'Brien. The behind-the-scenes MVPs, if you will. I want to acknowledge the both of you for taking the time out of your busy days to help us with any questions we would have and for allowing us to confide in you whenever we felt unconfident. You guys are incredible, and on behalf of the class, I want to say thank you for being amazing TAs. With closing remarks, I want to speak to our OTA class of 2023. You guys, I am so incredibly proud of how far we have come, not only as professionals, but as peers and as colleagues as well. Regardless of where we come from or what road we took, destiny had a way of placing us all together. I've always considered myself a loner when it came to academics. However, being with you guys has taught me to trust in others. It has taught me to appreciate the various experiences you all bring to the table and learn how to form lifelong bonds and relationships with each and every one of you. I am so honored to see each of your growths personally and professionally, especially you, Julia Lewis. Man, am I gonna miss you in class. I could never tell if I was in the OTA program or the debate team. I obviously kid, Julia, and I love you. I also want to give a special shout out to Naveen, an incredible mother of two, who while working full-time, drove me to and from campus every single day. I think it's safe to say without you, I would literally not be here today. Thank you. She drove me today, yes. Bright and sharp, 3 p.m., right? To those specifically who I have fostered great friendships with, and you guys know who you are, thank you for keeping me sane and providing me with countless venting sessions, laughter, and priceless moments that I will forever cherish. My wonderful OTA family, we started this journey and we're nothing but strangers, and somehow we're leaving this program as one big family that I can never imagine to replace. Thank you guys for being the best peers, colleagues, and team anyone can ever ask for. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and I love you guys tremendously. I would finally like to thank one of the most amazing people in my life, Samarli Rodriguez. Thank you for being the rock that has kept me grounded throughout this journey, and thank you for motivating me time and time again to be the best version of myself. This one goes out to you. And with that said, thank you everyone for taking the time to join us on this illustrious event, and a big congratulations to the OTA class of 2023. We did it, guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. In my eyes, you are all gems. You're all unique, and I'm just so proud of every single one of you, those of you present here and those of your classmates that are watching us virtually. So thank you for these beautiful speeches, both of you, both classes, 2022, 2023. It was a time packed with so many uncertainties and so many unknowns. And we took pride on seeing every single one of you being transformed in the individuals you are today. I would like to introduce our next speaker for tonight, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce Professor Lorino, which is my co-partner in this journey that we have for you. So, Professor Lorino.
So good evening, everyone, and congratulations to our OTA graduates from the classes of 2022 and 2023 who are being honored here today. I speak for the OTA faculty in letting you know that we are very proud of you and of your accomplishments. And so I would like to take a few moments to elaborate upon a lot of what Tubre said and speak about our program's faculty and staff, and to acknowledge and appreciate the amazing group of professionals who, without their dedication and hard work, our program would not exist. Faculty are often the first occupational therapy professionals that students develop a relationship with in their occupational therapy career. Faculty have a profound role in helping our students develop professional knowledge and reasoning skills, and informing their budding professional identities. The OTA faculty give much to our students, and they do so with pride and a commitment to service. Our faculty are a very talented, dedicated, and accomplished group of people. I'm proud to say that we have among us about 160 years of professional experience. Our faculty serve as educators, they're experts in their fields, they're leaders, creatives, practitioners, writers, scholars, innovators, doers, volunteers, role models, and mentors. And they're also advocates and champions for their students, for the OTA program, and for the occupational therapy profession. At this time, In acknowledgement and gratitude, I will read the name of the OTA program faculty and staff. I ask that you please hold your applause until the end. We have Professor Liz Berliner, Dr. Christina Dumitrescu, Dr. Neil Harvison, Professor Diane Heimer, me, Ms. Sophia Chialiku, our administrative assistant, Ms. Michelle O'Brien, our teaching assistant, Ms. Jennifer Walsh, our other teaching assistant. And I also want to give a special shout out and thank you to our Alumni Association representatives, our chair, Jennifer Alves, and our vice chair, Ms. Adana Gibson. Thank you very much.
All right. So yes, indeed, we are a family. We have, the world of OT is very small, and moving forward, you'll see that the relationships you build through this experience will last a lifetime, like Dr. Burkhardt said. And we are mixed. We're very happy to have the alumni representations. They will take you under their wings, leading into creating the support for the incoming students. And now with their assistance, we will go through the pinning ceremony. Professor Lorino will be reading the names, and every name will be read, regardless if they're here or not. And those who are here will receive a diploma, a pin, and a little gift from us. And we'll go in, starting with 2022 alphabetically, then going to 2023. Once we finish this exercise, we will be able to take pictures, join a little bit of a snack, and spend some time together, okay? So then you could also share some experiences and build relationships among the classes and with the alumni, okay? So we're ready to start.
So as we call your name, you come up to the front to be pinned and receive your diploma and your gift, and then return to your seat. Ready? For the class of 2022, Rosalia Serino. Naheen Chowdhury. Hardy Clemente. Vanessa Harrow. Paul McGovern. Is Florangel here? No, right? Okay. Alexis Parker. Elizabeth Roberts. Melody Rodriguez. Henry Ruffin. And I'll now just read the names of the class of 2022 who are not here tonight. We have Karen Abad, Eunice Adzwadua, Chanel Bishpam, Caitlin Bravo, Michael Zidzik, Lacey Ieronimo, Victoria Levins, Jessica Pasha, Caitlin Shevlin, Lauren Slate, Joanna Spencer, and DeRay Yu. Congratulations. Class of 2023, Ursula Andaluz. Naveen Andrawis. Chanel Blake. Latasha Brewster. Rebecca Capone. Madeline Galvin. Brittany Enriquez. Nicholas Izzo. Diamond Leroy. Julia Lewis. Rosemary Marroquin. Evan Marshall. Brianna O'Connor. Lisa Porras. Tabraze Quasi. Camille Shea. Olivia Silva. Sartaj Singh.
All right.
And last but not least, Kira Vines. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you to all of you. Thank you. And congratulations to every single one of you. We are very proud of your achievements. Some of you will go to fieldwork. You're still going to be with us. You're still going to call home. And those of you who did graduate, we're still going to stay in touch with you because we might call you for a fieldwork placement shortly.
We already have.
And alumni events, yes. So, okay, now comes the time when we're gonna loosen up, take some snacks, take some pictures, and we'll wrap up the event. Thank you all, and congratulations.